Find and be found. Finding is, going out and specifically proactively looking for jobs, and that's what's in this lesson. And then being found is setting yourself up, of course, for success, where people might find your resume online or find your LinkedIn profile and reach out to you. So when you're finding and being found, you're going to want to, of course, know yourself, know the type of job, and know the type of companies and things. So you're kind of out there and you're tailoring things that match up to those things. And when we get in the details of LinkedIn and resumes, we're going to talk about how to be real specific around that. So those are real key practical building blocks. And one key part of this too is being confident, right? Not being cocky or anything like that. Job search can be kind of agonizing at times, of course, but being confident through this and understand that, when they find me or I'm found by them, or if I'm, applying, understand that, boy, I'm great. And if they don't want to talk to me further, or they don't interview me or even respond to me, hey, that's their loss, right? So be confident, just don't be overly confident, of course. So let's talk about finding jobs proactively. It's probably something you've been doing a lot of anyways, maybe, or thinking about it, doing it if you're looking to, leave a current position, or if you're unemployed, or maybe a career change. So finding the jobs, when it's targeting companies, right? There's certain companies that, or an industry that you want to target. It's because they might be hiring for the type of job that you're looking for. Now, some companies, or in some situations, there might be no job posting. You might know a company you just really like, they always have a marketing department or IT department or accounting department or whatever functional area it is. And there's no job posting. Should you, reach out to those companies? Yeah, sure you can, without a doubt. Great companies are always hiring great talent. They really are all the time. Now, sometimes companies might be struggling and they might have a hiring freeze on, but I know if somebody comes across my desk and, that is really outstanding, even if I don't hire them on the spot, I'll keep them, in kind of a folder or whatever and reach out to them again. But I'd say a lot of times I just are hiring, great people. It's a little bit less of that now, especially as budgets get tighter and stuff, but people are always looking for great talent. And there's always things going on. There's always normal turnover. People get promoted, people retire, people get fired or terminated. I mean, there's always turnover of personnel, so there's always hiring of personnel. And sometimes people might fill a job just, with somebody, and we'll use quote bad hire. It really is a term that means that they're not a bad person, they just didn't work out. And it's usually related to the interviewer's fault, by the way. It's the hiring company, it's the hiring manager. They just didn't, ask the right questions, didn't look for fit, whatever it is. That's me consulting on another side of the business. I'm on your side on this part. But that's from the company standpoint, they make bad decisions and somebody doesn't work out after maybe 30 to 60 days and they got to do the process over again. Either they leave voluntarily or they're let go. So there's always openings there. And sometimes you can kind of just find those openings just kind of by accident because you've reached out to somebody and they're like, yeah, I just had somebody just leave. I haven't even posted the job yet. I'm not even sure if I was, but let's talk because I really have this urgent need. And you can find yourself that way too. And if anything, you're at least networking with people. So sometimes when you're targeting companies, they might not have a job posting. But most times what you're going to be doing is you're looking at specific job postings. Those are kind of the hot leads, so to speak. There's a job posted and you've got the skills to fill the job, so let's get together, right? And they have a specific need. They're hiring for a specific position. And many times companies can be very desperate, for the right person. They might get thousands of job applications for a job opening or a job posting, but finding great people is always difficult. And they might be kind of desperate to find somebody. And especially if you can present yourself in the best light, that can really aid you as far as moving to the top and being found by that recruiter or by that hiring manager. And they also can be distracted or they can be slow to respond. Don't be despondent, they're just slow to respond. Understand that hiring managers in particular, they're busy. They've got the rest of their whole job that they do, and now they have to fill a position, which is part of their job, but it's, the day-to-day grind is still there, whether they're a human resource recruiter or they're a hiring manager. So going out and targeting those companies and how to apply, and that's the specifics we're going to continue to learn in really great detail as far as how to apply for these jobs. And when you're targeting companies, they're going to ask for things like to fill out their job application. You're probably going to do that online. A resume or a CV, a cover letter. Maybe they might want sample work, or you might want to share sample work because it makes you stand out. References usually will come later in the process. An executive summary is something that's a powerful tool as well. Something a little unique you can kind of take from here as far as an executive summary, to really talk about and highlight your skills and how they match up to the job. In fact, in the next lesson, we're going to talk a little bit about executive summary real briefly because it can be really stand out and make you, be a powerful tool to help you through the process and really stand out when you're targeting and you're reaching out directly to jobs. So we're going to talk about that next here.